Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are doing NFL predictions week 4. So let's fucking go. I can't believe we're already at week 4 of the NFL season. The NFL season is just flying by. Sadly, my Dolphins are not doing good, but let's hop into this video. So now I'm gonna start with the Tennessee and Texans game. Usually a lot of people start with that because it's the highest one, but now I'm gonna start with the Thursday night football game. Cardinals versus Seahawks. Okay, the Cardinals, they somehow lost to the San Francisco 49ers, like a fully injured San Francisco 49ers team. And Mac Jones. The Seahawks, they absolutely dominated the Saints. Sam Donald looked good. 44 to like 13 or something. Like, damn, the Seahawks cooked. Overall, I don't know to go here. Now, if the Cardinals beat the 49ers, I would go for the Cardinals, but the Seahawks, I don't know. I'm so doubtful with the Seahawks and Sam Donald. I don't know, maybe because Sam Donald played for the Jets or something, and I hate the Jets. But, I don't know. I feel like, Sam Donald might, I know I keep saying he's gonna get exposed, but it's not getting exposed. Just for that though, Kyler Murray always shits his pants on prime time football. So we're gonna go with the Seattle Seahawks, and also the Cardinals is also missing James Conner for the rest of the year. So that one game is gonna be terrible. The passing game, Kyler sucks at passing the ball. Marvin Harrison Jr. can't catch for shit. Trey McBride's pretty good. Seahawks, the overall, just a good team. So we're gonna go to Seahawks to beat the Arizona Cardinals. Now before we start the 1 p.m. slate, we got one other good game. Well, one other prime time, not prime time, but like one other game. Got the international game. We got the Vikings versus the Steelers. Now this is a very interesting matchup. Carson Wentz is starting for the Vikings. Okay, Carson Wentz absolutely cooked the Cincinnati Bengals. The Steelers, the defense has been pathetic for the first 2 weeks. They finally show up, but the offense looks pathetic. So I don't know. The Vikings have a very good defense. So Isaiah Rodgers, dude, holy shit, blow it off. So that's definitely good. That was definitely good. Plus also, looking at it, the Vikings Vikings have a good defense. Same with the Steelers. This is going to be probably a defensive battle because I don't know how good. Maybe that was like a one game wonder, and maybe because how bad the Bengals are in their defense and their offense now without Joe Burrow. Now they're giving Carson Wentz an actual challenge versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers, they beat the Patriots. I was just talking about that. The defense looked very good. The Patriots fumbled the ball a lot, mainly because the Patriots suck compared to the offense. The offense was pretty pathetic, so I don't know who to go here, but I don't know, because this is a difficult pick. So I am gonna go with the Minnesota Vikings to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers somehow. I don't know. I'm gonna go I think a lot of people are favoring the Steelers, but I don't know how the Steelers are gonna perform in Ireland. I don't know. So I'm gonna go with the Minnesota Vikings to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we'll see if Carson Wentz had that one. It was just a one-game wonder, or if Carson Wentz is actually a good quarterback in the Kevin O'Connell system. Alright, now we can go start with the 1 p.m. slate, or the actual slate of games. Texans versus Titans. The Texans, they looked terrible. Versus the Jaguars. The offense just sucks. The offense beyond sucks. They also the offensive line sucks. The defense is good. Don't get me wrong about that. The Titans, their team is just a complete disaster other than Campbell. Campbell's the only bright spot on the Tennessee Titans team. This is gonna be a boring ass game. Okay, I think the Texans released C.J. Gardner-Johnson too. So I am going to go with the Houston Texans in this game. It is at home. And if it's somehow, someway, the Titans beat the Texans are going to be the worst team in football. And they have to really think about how you're going to fix this team. The Texans should probably get a top draft pick to get an offensive line. They got to fix the offensive line problem. Now we got the Chiefs versus the Ravens. The Chiefs, they beat the Giants. Congratulations, you beat a washed up Russell Wilson. Good for you. They beat the Giants. The offense is still bad. The wide receivers suck. Kelsey's washed. Mahomes is the only good bright spot on the team. The Ravens, their offense is good. I'll give them that. The offense is good, except for Derrick Henry. He keeps fumbling the ball. 3 games in a row. It's gonna be full. Who knows? I also too the Chiefs. The Ravens too. They have a shitty defense. Like I feel like the Ravens are just turning into the Cincinnati Bengals or something. Now this is another hard game because the Ravens are a way better team than the Chiefs are at the moment. But Lamar Jackson this season. Oh, well, the Ravens overall this season just can't beat the good teams. I know the Chiefs are not good, but the Chiefs are still the Chiefs. Also, Lamar Jackson's 0-3 versus Mahomes in Arrowhead. I don't know about Mahomes actually. No, they lost in Baltimore. So I think Lamar Jackson's has 1 win versus Mahomes, but they're 0-3 in Arrowhead. This is gonna be played in Arrowhead, but the Chiefs' defense is pretty good. But I'm going to go with the safe pick and go with the Baltimore Ravens here. Honestly, if the Chiefs win, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't. But the Ravens are the way better team here. And honestly, if they lose to Derrick Henry fumble again like that, I wouldn't be surprised. Alright, we're going to go with these 2 games later. Alright, so we got the Patriots versus the Panthers. Now, this is another difficult pick. The Patriots, that offense was pathetic. The defense, The team looks terrible. Well, Drake May's terrible. We all know that. The team just looked super bad for the beginning of the year. The Panthers, they looked completely shit week 1. Week 2, they looked shitty until the end. They started to come back. And in week 3, shut up the Falcons. 30-0. Yeah. This is going to be an interesting game. This is getting played in New England too. This is going to be played in not boxing. Yeah, but yeah, this is going to be played in New England, so the Patriots do get a home field advantage, so that is good. But the Panthers, they'll probably have all the momentum to continue winning. The Patriots, well, they lost to the Steelers, but goddamn, the team looks terrible. I think I'd be going with the Carolina Panthers to beat the New England Patriots in an upset, because I think everyone's going with the Patriots. But I don't know. I think I know when I made my my predictions video all the way back in July. I had the Patriots beating the Panthers, but the Panthers, they have the momentum right now. The team looks good. It's just the defense sucks, and I feel like this might be the Dolphins and Patriots game again. But instead of Patriots winning, the Panthers are gonna win. So I'm gonna go with the Panthers to beat the New England Patriots. Now we got the Giants and Chargers. Okay. Yeah, okay, the next few is going to be easy picks. I can't wait to do that. Chargers, I don't have to explain. The team looks dominant. The Giants are just a clown show. Now they're stunning Jackson Dart. Why? I think that is stupid to start Jackson Dart. Because, yeah, I have a lot of faith in Jackson Dart. I like him. But why are you throwing a rookie quarterback into the fire? Okay, I get it. With Cam Ward, you don't have any veteran quarterbacks. Those not. Will Levis is out for surgery now, so. Plus, also with the Giants, you could have started Jameis Winston. Why did you not start Jameis Winston? This is going to be a big mistake for the Giants, and I get it. Brian Daboll's job is on the line. The 3 head coaches that's definitely on the hot seat right now is McDaniel, get rid of him, Brian Daboll, and Brian Callahan. Those are the 3 coaches that's probably going to get fired mid-season. Okay? Brian Daboll might go first. But, we all knew that you're going to be 0-4 to start the season. We all knew. Why are you starting? Okay, yeah, fine. Russell Wilson looks shit. Why just start Jameis Winston then? See what he can do. But instead, you decide to start Jackson Dart. I get it. You want to see what Jackson Dart can do before you get fired. I get it. Because the GMs will going to get fired too. Joe Shane. I get it. But I still think it was stupid to start Jackson Dart. The Chargers, again, they looked pretty dominant, so I have to pick the Chargers. Alright, we got the Bills and Saints. Okay, no, yes, easy one. The Saints are getting exposed now. I know they looked good for the first 2 weeks, but if you think about it, though, they're facing on the San Francisco 49ers, who were completely injured, and the Arizona Cardinals, who loves to make games that should be a blowout, a close game. I think when I made my record predictions back in July, I had the Saints being the Cardinals, but then I changed that week 1 because they look terrible. The Cardinals might look better, and make me look like a complete idiot. So, yeah, I'm taking the Bills, bro. They got destroyed by the Seahawks. You gotta see how they're gonna get destroyed by the Buffalo Bills, okay? Like, the Bills are not a good team, but they're still, like, a somewhat good team. Like, they're still somewhat a decent team. They're gonna dominate the Saints. The Saints are the worst team in football. Alright, we got the Lions and Browns. Easy. Lions are beating the Browns, and it's not even gonna be close. I get it. The Browns beat the Packers. Good for them. The Lions, they beat the Baltimore Ravens. Okay. Now, I get it. Myles Garrett's going to make Jared Goff's life a nightmare. I get that. That's going to happen. Same with the defense. That defense is going to be good. The offense is shit. The Lions, though, that defense is good, too. The offense is good, too. Like Ben Johnson, who? So, if the Browns manage to win versus the Lions, I'm going to be surprised. Alright, let's talk about an actual game that matters. The Rams versus the Colts. I can't believe I'm saying that. The Colts, they dominated the Titans 41-20. Good game. The Rams, they choked to the Eagles. How the fuck do you choke to the Eagles? You choke to the Eagles? Seriously? I get the Eagles are like the best team in football, but if you choke to the Eagles, like what the fuck? So yeah, the Rams. Why am I always messing those up? The Rams, they managed to choke to the Seahawks. The Eagles. And it was kind of like yeah, I don't know how the fuck that happens. The Colts, they dominated, but the Colts had a pretty easy schedule. Not really. They got faced on the Broncos, but they should have lost that game. They had a lucky win versus the Dolphins. They also had a lucky, well, not lucky, but they also had a easy win versus the Titans. So, this is going to be Los Angeles. The time change might be a little fuck up for the Colts. I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Rams here. We got the San Francisco 49ers versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. The 49ers somehow beat the Arizona Cardinals. I think every single week I'm going against the 49ers. I will pick for the 49ers twice. Well, who they faced week 1? I forgot. Yeah, I forgot who the 49ers faced week 1. What the fuck? Oh, Seahawks. No, I had the Seahawks. No. Yeah, no, I had the Seahawks beating the Niners. Alright, but the Niners, they're facing on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars look like a mess still. They're not fully locked in, but they're still winning games. I'll give them credit for that. They're winning games. Okay? The 49ers, their team is done. Just completely injured. Like, seriously, that team is like beyond injured and sucks. Sucks for them being injured. Yeah. But I am gonna go with the Jacksonville Jaguars to somehow pull off this win. It's probably it's gonna be I want to say easy one. They lost, the Niners lost Nick Bosa. I get it. They're winning games, but they're a 403-0 team. They're gonna lose if they beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. Whoever the Niners face week 5, depending who it is, I'm picking them. But I am picking the Jacksonville Jaguars to beat the 49ers. Okay. Alright, we got the Raiders and Bears. Oh, okay. So the Raiders, they looked terrible. The defense was so bad. They lost to Marcus Mariota and the Washington Commanders. They lost to Marcus Mariota. Oh my god. The Bears, they absolutely dominated the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys has a shitty defense, it looks like. Now looking at this, who am I gonna pick here? Now this is at home. Okay, this is in Las Vegas. So they might have a chance. The Raiders might have a chance. But how dominant the Bears looked versus the Cowboys and how shitty the Raiders looked versus the looking at the Commanders, and overall how bad, like overall how how good the Ben Johnson's offense is looking now. I think I'm gonna go with the Chicago Bears to beat the Las Vegas Raiders. Now we got this. We got this interesting game. The Philadelphia Eagles versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Good game. This is gonna be a good game. Now the Eagles, they came back to win versus the Rams. The Buccaneers, they almost lost to the Jets, but they won. Here's the thing, though. Here's a little thing. The Buccaneers dominated the Eagles for the last few years. A. B. They also lost. Like they also Wait, yeah. Okay, never mind. What the fuck am I talking about? Anyways, but yeah, the Buccaneers. Let's just go back with that. The Buccaneers. They signed Desmond Watson. Yes, they signed Desmond Watson back. Like what? They got rid of Desmond Watson, got it back. But okay, here's the thing. The Desmond Watson with the other guy on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That defensive line is gonna look fucking scary. And that's gonna stop the tush push, because the tush push was abused with that, versus the Rams, last week versus the Rams and Eagles game. This is gonna be an interesting game, but this is in Tampa. They got the two heaviest players in football to stop the tush push. I'm gonna go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Buccaneers also had the Eagles' number for the last couple of years. I'm gonna go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to beat the Philadelphia Eagles. Now we got the Washington Commanders versus the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons, they got shut out. They got shut out to the Panthers. How the fuck does that happen? The Commanders, I don't know. Is Jaden Daniels playing? I don't think Jaden Daniels is playing this week. Either way, if Jaden Daniels is gonna play this week, I'm gonna go with the Commanders. Like, how the fuck do you give up 30? Like, you don't do anything. You put up a fucking donut skull versus the Commandos. Like, what the hell, dude? Like, how does that happen? So, yeah, Jaden Daniels is questionable right now. So, but if Jaden Daniels does start versus the Atlanta Falcons, then they would probably they'll probably win. If they don't, if we have Marcus Mariota face them again, then I feel like the Commanders will win regardless. Cause how bad the Atlanta Falcons looked week 3. I don't have faith in the Falcons right now, bro. I think they might actually start Kirk Cousins for a game at one point in the season. Depends how bad Michael Penix get. So I'm gonna go with the Washington Commanders to beat the Atlanta Falcons. Now we got the Dallas Cowboys versus the Green Bay Packers. The Packers. How the living fuck do you lose to the Browns, the worst team in football, and the Cowboys? You give up 31 points to the Chicago Bears. You have like the worst defense in the NFL. Actually, no, the Dolphins do. Dolphins have the worst defense. Sucks. No, the Bengals do. No, the Bengals do. The Bengals have the worst defense. Either way, this game is gonna be a domination for the Packers. Now, the Packers, they look pretty bad on the road. Micah Parsons it's going to be locked in this game. He's going to be locked in. He wants to get revenge on the Dallas Cowboys. They probably want to win. They probably want to beat the Green Bay Packers. The Dallas Cowboys. So, and because of how bad the Cowboys defense is, and maybe the Packers are pissed about that loss last week, I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers to go and beat the Dallas Cowboys. Alright, we got the Monday night games, and why these primetime games are so bad? Too, I just realized that. Because the Packers, I know the Packers and Cowboys are a very good matchup, but like, this might be a blowout because the Cowboys defense sucks, and the offense, they don't have CeeDee Lamb. Don't forget about that. CeeDee Lamb is not playing for the Cowboys. So, yeah, that's not good. So, this is going to be probably a boring primetime game, probably going to be a blowout. And then now, this is going to be shitty. I know the Dolphins and Jets game starts earlier, but we're gonna go with the Bengals and Broncos game first. This game's gonna be like terrible. Oh my god. The Broncos, they have a good defense. They're a very good team. The Bengals, they're fucked. They're fucked. They're done. The season's over, Bengals. If you don't get a new quarterback, you're done. You starting Jake Browning. You starting Jake fucking Browning. Your season's cooked. The Broncos, they looked mediocre. They didn't look good versus the Titans. They looked fine. They lost to the Colts, and they lost to the fucking Chargers, to a field goal. But this is going to be a nice, easy, I'm going to say a nice, easy win for the Denver Broncos, just because how bad the defense is. I feel like, well, how bad the Bengals defense is, and the offense, too. I feel like this might be just another blowout, just like the Sunday night game I have going on. It might be just a blowout. Because the Bengals have the worst defense in the NFL, and I get it, the Broncos don't have a good offense, but that defense is going to probably shut the Bengals out. They're going to get shut out. Maybe get 3 points, at least. But that defense is scary for the Broncos. But the offense is not the greatest, but it's going to be like a 30-point blowout or something. Alright, we got oh my god. We got a shitty one. We got another shitty primetime game. The Dolphins and Jets. What's wrong with the Dolphins and Jets, you may ask? It's my team. The reason why I have this game being completely dog shit is like Tyrod Taylor. I'm not mistaken. I think Tyrod Taylor is gonna start. Okay. I don't know. Mistake me if I want. Yeah, Justin Fields is questionable. They haven't announced it yet. Then the Dolphins, that defense is completely dog shit. The Jets defense is somewhat good. The offense, though, they put up 27 versus the Buccaneers. Like, that's kind of interesting. I don't know who to pick here because both teams are 0-3. Both teams are desperate to get a win. Both teams are shitty. One head coach is going to might get booted out of Miami soon as we lose to the Jets. Mike McDaniel. If we lose to the Jets, Mike McDaniel's going to get fired. There's no doubt about it. He's going to get fired. He has to. Okay. He cannot be if you lose to the Jets. Fire Mike McDaniel. Actually, maybe fire Anthony Weaver because the offense the offense doesn't look bad. The defense. You give up 33 points to the Colts, 33 points to the Patriots, the fucking Patriots, who looks absolutely pathetic versus the Steelers and Raiders. It probably going to look pathetic versus the Panthers. And then you give up 31 to the Bills, which makes sense, I guess. So, I don't know. I don't know who to go here. Okay? Well, I know how to go here, but it's going to be a shitty game, and Tyrod Taylor's playing, yeah, I'm going to give me the Dolphins to beat the Jets, okay? Give me the Dolphins. They're going to beat the Jets, okay? If we lose to the Jets, then we're going to give it to Mike McDaniel. We're going to fire Mike McDaniel. There is no way we can have that fucking clown coach our team to that. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up on our video. So hopefully the Dolphins beat the Jets, or I'm gonna be pissed. So yeah, again, that'll wrap up our video. So looking at some of the predictions, yeah, that's basically all my predictions. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in another video. Goodbye.